Stranger Things, it's not just a show, right? It's a full-blown global phenomenon. But have you ever stopped to think, underneath all that awesome 80s nostalgia and the, terrifying monsters, that there's a pattern? Like a blueprint that makes every single season feel fresh, but also kind of comforting and familiar? Well, it turns out there might actually be a secret formula to its success. So what is this secret sauce, this formula? How in the world do the Duffer Brothers manage these huge, epic stories every season, and we're just along for the ride, never getting lost? The answer, and you're gonna love this, is actually super simple, and it's been hidden in plain sight the entire time. Yep, it's a D&D campaign. Seriously. Every single season is built just like a classic Dungeons & Dragons adventure. Think about it. You get a brand new quest, a new big bad monster, and our party of heroes has to figure out how to team up and take it down. And it all boils down to these 4 perfectly executed steps. All right, step 1, a new season, a new monster. Every great story, every D&D campaign, it needs that call to adventure, right? Well, in Hawkins, Indiana, that call is more like a scream. It always starts with something terrifying ripping its way into our world from that dark, twisted mirror dimension, the Upside Down. And let's be clear about the Upside Down. It's not just some spooky place. It's the engine that drives this entire story. It's that shadow dimension they talk about, with all the gross vines and floaty particles in the air. It's the source code for every single monster, from the Demogorgon to the Mind Flayer to Vecna himself. Remember this, the very first scene of the entire show. A scientist gets yanked away by something in the Hawkins lab. This is it. This is ground zero, the moment the gate between our world and theirs was torn open. And every single season kicks off with a new version of this moment, a new disturbance that gets the whole crazy adventure started. And you can see this pattern play out so clearly. Look at season 1. Will Byers just vanishes after seeing a monster. Fast forward to season 4, and Chrissy Cunningham is brutally, supernaturally murdered. The actual event gets way more intense, right? From a disappearance to a horrific murder. But the core idea? It's exactly the same. A new monster announces itself in the most terrifying way possible, and our heroes have no choice but to jump into action. Okay, so the monster's on the board, the threat is real. What's next? Well, this brings us to step 2, the party splits up. And this is where the show does something absolutely brilliant. Our big group of heroes, our party, they break off into these smaller, dedicated teams, each one chasing down a different piece of the puzzle. And this happens every time. Look at this breakdown. In season 1, you've got the kids trying to find Will and hide Eleven. Meanwhile, the teens are out in the woods hunting the Demogorgon. And the adults? They're trying to figure out what the heck is going on at the lab. Now jump to season 3. Same structure. The kids are uncovering a secret Russian base, the teens are dealing with the Flayed, and the adults are like, why are all the magnets in town broken? See? It's always these parallel investigations, all happening at the same time. But here's the thing, and this is so important. Those separate storylines don't stay separate. Which brings us to step 3, the groups converge. This is that magic moment, usually around the middle of the season, where all the little clues from each group suddenly start to line up, and they all realize they've been working on the same giant problem from different angles. This quote from season 1 is the absolute perfect example. It's that aha moment. Jonathan, he's in the teen group, remember? He hears Nancy describe the monster she saw, and it clicks. It's the same monster his mom, Joyce, from the adult group, has been talking about, and just like that, boom. 2 investigations become 1. It's that moment where everyone realizes, oh crap, we're all fighting the same boss. And this image, this says it all, doesn't it? This is that feeling. The party is finally all together. They've shared all their info, and for the first time, they actually understand what they're up against. They're not just scattered groups chasing clues anymore. They're a team, and they're getting ready for the big one, which leads us to the grand finale. Step 4, the multi-front battle. Because the climax of a Stranger Things season is never just one simple fight. Oh no, it's this massive, complicated, coordinated attack that's happening on multiple fronts, sometimes even in different dimensions, all at the exact same time. Season 4's takedown of Vecna is probably the craziest example of this. Just think about it. You've got Phase 1, Max is baiting Vecna inside his own mind. At the exact same time, Phase 2, Eddie and Dustin are playing the most metal concert ever in the Upside Down to distract the Demobats.
Then, phase 3, Nancy, Steve, and Robin are physically attacking Vecna's body in the attic. And, as if that's not enough, phase 4, all the way in Russia, Hopper and Joyce are fighting Demogorgons to weaken the entire hive mind. It's 4 different battles, all part of one insane, perfectly timed plan.
So there you have it. That's the Hawkins Formula. Step 1, a new monster shows up. Step 2, the party splits up to investigate. Step 3, all their clues come together. And Step 4, they launch that epic multi-front attack. But why does this work so well? Why don't we get tired of it? Well, because this repetition, it isn't a flaw. It's actually the show's greatest strength. Think about it. This pattern creates this rhythm that's super familiar and comforting. It lets the writers throw these crazy, complicated plots at us, but we never get lost because we know the basic structure. Splitting everyone up means we get that quality time with smaller character groups, so we can really focus on their relationships and how they're growing. And because that foundation is so solid, the show can just keep upping the stakes. We go from one Demogorgon to a villain who's literally tearing holes in reality. The formula is the rock-solid ground that lets them build something amazing and emotional every single time. Which, of course, brings us to the final season, the big one. The party is up against its biggest threat ever. I mean, the Upside Down is literally pouring into Hawkins. This 4-step formula, it's been their winning playbook every single time. But now, for the final boss, we have to wonder, will the old plan be enough? Or, to finally save the world, will they have to break all the rules?